I was acting goofy at the end of the base face video. Clicked off, came back. Now we're going to do an eye look. We already have this on, but we're going to reapply some of the City Beauty lip oil. Y'all, listen. I think I'm going to save it for a live stream. I don't know. I think I'm going to do a members live because I got some stuff I want to say, but I want to, you know, keep it moving with the eye look. Today, we're going to be using Lady of Shalott, Spellcaster Beauty, the sister side of Notoriously Morbid. I have a 15% off code down below, and this is what that looks like. If you like grunge, if you like goth, and you like to mix it up with ethereal looks like these shades right here, this has everything in it. Y'all, look at this color story. And they had two of these. One was a lighter color story, and then it was this one. And I was looking at both of them, and I thought if I had both of those for my kit, like that would be it. That would be all I would need. But then I'm like, I don't need more stuff for the kit. And then I said, let me see what the PAO is. Excuse me for stammering. And she said the PAO is 12 months, but I can use it longer. And I said, for personal use, yes, but if it's going in the kit, you're supposed to get rid of it when it says. And ironically, it doesn't even have a PAO on here. So I would have received it thinking it was good for at least 30 months. If a product doesn't have a PAO on it, it's supposed to be good for at least 30 months after you open it. And so it doesn't even say. But because she said 12 months, and I have my label here. Hi, excuse me for the glare. My name is Dion. I'm a label whore. And so I didn't get it. I didn't get either one. And then I don't know what happened, but I saw it again somewhere. And I went back to the website and I'm like, the lighter color story one was gone. Excuse me, it was gone. So it was just this one. So I'm like, oh my gosh, is it going to disappear? Excuse me, I think it's still on the website. And so I took a picture of it, and forgive me if you've heard this before. I took a picture of it and I sent it to one of my best Judies. I didn't say anything. I wanted her to say, oh, that's nice, but you kind of have those color stories. Because once you lean into what your aesthetic is, you tend to just keep getting stuff that's within that aesthetic, which this isn't my aesthetic. And so I sent her the picture of it. I didn't say anything. And she texted back, oh, you could do some really nice looks with that. So I ordered it. And it was after the fact that I told her like why I sent her the picture. So yeah, because I was really torn because I'm like, it's not, the other one isn't on the website. Is this one going to disappear too? So I'm thinking they just purchased out the lighter color story. But yeah, it was beautiful too. But I would not have used that one as much as I would use this one. So I got it. I'm glad that I did. So let's prime the eye, do the intro. We're going to use the Fenty eyeshadow primer. Let me tell you, the cheek situation is Blim Bunny, a mix of the medium tan and the dark deep palettes. That's the cheek situation here. Fenty foundation, of course, the Milk Hydro Grip Primer, Fashion Fair Set It Loose Powder and Truly Tawny. Brows is the Fenty Brow MVP, the darkest shade, which says is black, but on me it's like a dark brown, so I'm kind of confused. And Inner Rims. Both of these from NYX. Inner Realms is NYX Vivid Rich Mechanical Liner, and this shade is Smoking Topaz. And that's also lower lash line on the outer half. On the inner half, this is also from NYX, but this is their retractable eyeliner, and this is called Silver. And so that's what we did. And then we sprayed the face with the Scandinavia Makeup Finishing Spray, the Bridal Formula. So let's get into the intro. Fenty Amplified Eye Primer, which says Invisipink, and then we're going to put on Max Groundwork and Paint Pot. So, hello again and welcome. My name is Dion. I call this the Crazy Troll Nation of YouTube. Why do I call it that? Because I want you to know it's okay to just be your authentic self in a world where people will tell you who and how you should be. Just be who you are, and try to, and if you do this, try to not continue trying to live your life according to someone else's expectations. Okay, you control your life. Just be who you are. And if you're not sure who you are because you have been people pleasing for so long, you know, just take a beat and just figure out who you are, and then just live according to what's best for you, which doesn't necessarily have to do with anybody else. I am a candidate for therapy. I am a clinician by trade and education. And I do believe everybody could benefit from therapy. Because sometimes we just need to talk to an objective third person. This is the Groundwork Paint Pot. the troll part of the Crazy Troll Nation is not caring too much about the beauty community standards. Try not to feel like you need to use a certain tool, a certain brand, or a certain technique because that's what they're telling you in the video you're watching. I'm here to let you know. Just wear what you want to, however you want to, with whatever tools you want to use to get your makeup on in a way that you are satisfied with it. Because here at the Crazy Troll Nation, we believe in self-acceptance and self-love, embracing our natural features, enhancing them if we want to, when we want to, but never feeling like we have to. Listen. Love yourself for who you are and for how you look, even when you're not wearing face paint. So, I have an itch. Right here. So, when I looked at this palette before I started, so that's what the Crazy Troll Nation, excuse me, that is what the Crazy Troll Nation is. And that is what we stand for. That is our motto. And I hope it resonates with you if this is your first time hearing it. And if you've been hearing it, meaning you've been here for a while, I hope that it is one of your daily affirmations. 2 things I forgot to say about me. Sometimes I curse because sometimes I curse. And there's an organism named Bruce that lives in my throat who likes to randomly hiccup, gurgle, and belch during videos, and then particularly live streams. So I didn't take out any eyeshadow brushes. Girl. We did another one of those click off, click ons again. So we did the base face, and I have brushes for that sitting here in front of me. And I'm like, where's my eye brushes though? But then it's like, did I take any out? No. So that's why I wasn't no iron brushes sitting here. I'm taking out brushes now. The ones I usually use. The Esom V27. This is the newer one. Angled bristles. Black handle. This is the older V27. Bristles are straight. Silver handle. I love angle brushes. I have like 80 of these. I think I have 40 of these. If I like a brush, I get more because I be using them. And if y'all be watching my videos, y'all know I be using the brushes. And I use a clean brush for every shade versus color switching. We also have out the Sigma small taper blending E45. That's what that looks like. And for the light that I like just under my brow bone, this is Scott Barnes, and this is his number 60 brush, lip liner, eyeliner brush. And for our upper lash line liner, we're going to use the MAC 210. Why are you looking lopsided? The MAC 210. And we do have out the Fenty Hella Thick Mascara. We have out Lancome Sills Booster Mascara Base. Am I forgetting anything? I don't think so. Okay, so let's get into this. When I was looking at it earlier today, I thought, you know what, let's just do this whole row. And then I'm thinking, do I want to do that with all of this? Actually, this is a column. A row goes across. So I'm looking at this like, do I dare do that? This would be a nice, like, soft grunge because of these 3 right here. But this is kind of light, though. This would be, you know what, we're going to do that. We're going to do columns, and we have used every shade in here already. The first look we did, we used these 9 shades on one eye. The other eye, these 9 shades. So I did get confused somewhere, so I think I may have missed something. Another look I did with just this row, because then I did a member's request, and we used these 2 shades and these here. And so yeah, we're going to go down the line. When I channel membership here, oh, the shade names on the back, so I'm not even going to tell you what they are. We're going to take this right here. My channel membership is $2.99 a month, give or take, if it charges you taxes, and give or take your payment method, because I think Apple Pay charges a fee. But most of my members, they just pay just the $2.99. So I'm not really sure like why some pay a little bit more than that. But I do think it's the payment method or something, or taxes. I don't know. If you click join, it'll show you what the perks are. And then if you want to join, which I would love for you to do so, you click join again. And again, it is $2.99 a month, and you can cancel at any time. The perk I love the most for members is they get to make a request, and y'all, they be making some good ones. And usually it's what I call a troll play look, like a creative makeup look, like not just like, you know, cute cheek situation, pretty eye. It's usually something where I'm painting the entire face, or I do a split face look where one side is you know, the whole thing. The other side is just kind of plain. I love those types of looks. And to see what I'm talking about, go through and look at some of my troll play looks. I have a troll play video. Now we're going to take this shade up here, which also seems to be a shimmer, and it seems to have different colors in it. This one right here. And so we're going to put this next to that, because everything else after this is matte. Oh, that'll be fun. So yeah, we would love to have you join the channel membership. I don't do a lot of members only lives because I don't want to just do them to do them. And so usually what I'll do is either I will post a members only post and say, hey, you know, such and such came up. Would you like that as a members only live? And if they say yes, it's a members only live stream. Because I don't just want to just do stuff just to be like, oh yeah, we did it. I want it to be special. I want it to mean something other than, okay, she's just giving us another piece of content. I want it to be important. I want it to have meaning more than just, you know, another eye look. And I do know that some channels with memberships, they'll do, I grew up in an inner city, y'all, and I speak Ebonics very fluently. They'll do an extra tutorial a month as a members only. But I'm thinking, you do tutorials, like that's mainly what you do on your channel. So it's like, how is that any different? Unless like they just want to see like another one. You know what I mean? So I wanted it to mean something. And so that's why the perks are what they are. Yeah, so I will ask them, like, you know, would y'all like to see this as a members only? And I let them let me know. And sometimes I'll ask in a public live stream, oh, the members in here, such and such. And so they'll say yes or no. And y'all, they are so cool because I call them my official troll kin because they're channel members. They are so cool because I may have an idea to do something and they'll be like, that would be nice though, like for a public live stream because everybody should see this. And I'm like, I know, but you know, I just want something just for us sometimes, like just something special for us, because joining someone's channel membership, that's further support of their channel. You support by watching, you support by clicking like, you support by hyping it, you support by sharing it. So memberships, that's just an additional way to support. And so I want to just give something extra for that, extra support. You know what I mean? And I know I probably think more of it than other people, but yeah, but they are so cool because they'll be like, oh yeah, that sounds nice, but you know, everybody should probably see that. And so then we'll kind of go back and forth. And then sometimes we'll meet in the middle. Like I'll say, okay, well, what if like we do this series, but like every other or every third one will be just for us. And I'll be like, yeah, okay. And so, cause they understand how I feel, like they're special to me, and all my trolls are. But official troll kin, you know, they did a little extra. So I want to give a little extra to them. You know what I mean? And so I love my official troll kin. And sometimes something will just happen and I'm like, okay, this ain't for public use. Like if it's something controversial, I'm like, yeah, because I want to share this with y'all, but everybody don't need to, yeah, nah. I'm looking at where it stops. That's what I'm looking at right now. And so, and that's few and far in between. But there has been times where I'm just like, listen, I'm like, y'all need this. Y'all need to know this one. We're going to take the darker purple. This looks like, excuse me for that glare. This looks like it might be darker, but then it's not because it's metallic. So we're going to take this one. You know what I should do? It's not going to make it. I was thinking I should look at this in comparison to Leela, but that's a different color story. That's a different color story. I am going to keep Leela. I decluttered one of my other palettes that had purples and, you know, some of those similar reddish tones. They weren't dupes at all. Excuse me. But I thought about, okay, what do I gravitate toward the most between Leela and this other palette? And I don't really reach for Leela a lot. But the colors, though, the color story is very rich. There are some neutral shades in there. Neutral meaning natural, where it doesn't give a lot, but it'll give ethereal. If you want to do like a monochromatic light eyeshadow look, you can do that with it. And I don't really tend to do that, but Leela does have some variety in it. That's what I'm saying. And so now I'm looking at where this stops and where this stops. So I think we're good for this right here. Yeah, so I am going to keep Leela. I just need to make it a point to use it more. I am down to, I think, 39 palettes, which I feel good about, because if I do a look every other day, I would say if I did a look every day, which I don't, but if I did a look every day and paired a few palettes, I could use my whole stash in a month. But I don't do videos, well, looks every day. It kind of seems like it, because live streams are usually, I'm going to take this brush. Live streams are usually Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, unless I have something else to do on Monday, and then we do lives Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. No, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, which means videos will go up Monday and Friday. So I am doing something every day. But with creative looks, it's not like, okay, I'm going to use this palette. Like, I wanted to use this. The last couple days, I had this in my calendar to do. But if it was a creative look, it'll sometimes break the series type of thing or break my rotation. We have this brown left to use and this black. We're going to take the black, and this black is black, and we're going to put this on lower lash line. And then we're going to do something up here, which means we'll probably go somewhere else in this palette. Ooh, y'all, this palette. We're going to take the black. Look at that. This is the brush. Look at that black. And a lot, I ain't even see no tab off. So we're just going to just look at this, y'all. And I didn't put it directly on the tip of the brush, but just because of how it is, that's just tapping it. That's just tapping it. Look. Oh, man. So now we're going to put it on the line and just press upward. Look at that. We're going to fix that. Y'all. This is what I mean when I say I want shadows to work for me and I don't want to work for the shadows. Like, this is just very minimal effort. Like, it is just insane. And so we're going to just lightly feather it inward. Now we're going to go back and forth because I can see that line right here in the middle. So we're going on the black and going inward, and we're also going back and forth. Y'all, look at that. But when I do like this, I still see it. So what we're going to do, fix the other side and then come back to this side. Y'all, this black ain't no joke. Actually, we're going to do it right now since we're over here. The brush that had that purple, and we're going to put it on the black and sweep over. So this is going to put some of that purple there. So you see how that's blending it? And we are, as I said, going to put something in this area up here. Yeah. I went back to this brush with the purple because I didn't want to take the black too far in. This is nice. Y'all, look how this just flows together. Ooh. And we're doing this line right here. Oh, man. Is this side further out? This side, it is just a little bit. Whatever's left in the brush for right now. And we're just going to press and wiggle. Oof, y'all, see what I'm saying? And then we're going to go to the top line and just press it inward. I may take a smaller brush or not. Y'all, look at that. I was going to say smaller brush or not to fill in that triangle. And I may need to do that, but I'm kind of thinking it's doing what I wanted to do. It's just like a spot like right here. You know, it's not there anymore, is it? Certain angles, I see a little space right there. Oh gosh, this is gorgeous. So we're going to come back over here, whatever's in the brush. I'm going to just press it inward and this top line right here. Y'all, look. So that has a nice little point to it. Excuse me for smacking. So we're going to just press and wiggle. Y'all, this is so... And y'all see why I went lightly with this black. Because y'all see this, right? We're going to bring that up here so that it's that straight line coming down. And we're going to go back again to, now let's stay with this brush for a second. So we're just pressing to get that triangle. And we're on the black, brushing inward. Now we're going to go back to the brush that had the purple. And this is why I don't color switch, because I do go back and forth quite a bit. And if I had color switched, I would have to add more shadow to it versus just going back to the brush and using whatever's left in it. You know what I mean? And so we're using this brush that had that purple on it to just blend that in. Oh, look at this looks so good. We're going to take this brush. This is another Esom brush, and this is the V31. And it doesn't have any shadow on it. What I like this one for is for this right here. I usually don't use a shadow to blend out another shadow, but I will use this just to feather back and forth to blend the top line of my lid shades. And also over here, because this goes like to there. So you see how this side looks versus this side. This we did not blend, this we did. I'm seeing, let's go back to the purple. So it looks like there's a gap right here. And again, we did not add more shadow on the brush. We did not. So it's just whatever's in there. We're just gonna fill in that little gap right there. And so again, no shadow on the brush. We're gonna feather in here first, even though we did the outside here, so it might be some of that dark color on here. But we're gonna feather this first, and now we're feathering in the middle, just on the top line. And you see how I know you see it. So easy. And then we're gonna come over here. So we are gonna go into a different column to y'all, this powder. And I think I see that same dip. You dip, we dip. Right here with the purple. They say don't raise your eyebrows when you do your makeup, but because, like, look, this will just move my skin. And so I raise my brows just to make my skin a little taut so that I can move the brush without just moving my skin. You see what I'm saying? So when people say things, don't do this or don't do that, look at why they're saying it. And hopefully they're explaining it, because I'll explain like I just did, like why I do certain things. And so when people just say, oh, you have to do this, but then when I'm looking at what they're doing or their eye shape or the tools that they're using, I'm like, yeah, no, that wouldn't work for me. Or I'll try it just to be sure and be like, oh, yeah, I tried it, it didn't work. Or I might be like, oh, I'm surprised that worked. So we are going to come back and put something up here. For right now, though, we're going to do our lower lash line. We're going. I think we're going to put two colors on our lower lash line, since we have the two different colors on our lower lash line. And for, lower lash line, I love my precision brushes from Fenty. These are the 220, and so you see how they're shaped. It's triangular and then it's flat. And I like this because it being pointy, I can get right where I want it to get. I also like this for doing an outer V. I've also used it for under the brow, inner corner. Because it is so pointy, it goes like right where you want it to go. So it's me about to poke myself in the eye. So for inner, I'm thinking this color, whatever this color is. So we're just going to tap straight in. And we're going to put that on the first half of our lower lash line. And we'll use a darker color for the second half of the lower lash line. And I am bringing it down into my wrinkles, like right here. I figured that down there. So we're going to tap in just the tip of it because we're only using the tip of the brush. And we're going to put that down here. And if I want to blow it out further, or blow it down, which is what I call bringing the shadow down, I'll put some shadow on the side of the brush and turn the brush sideways because that'll cover a wider area. So y'all see the difference between this is up closer to my lash line where this is coming down further. So we're going to swipe 3 times and we're not tapping off with this shadow and we're just sweeping it this way. So whether I want to get high and tight or if I want to blow it down, this brush allows me to do both. I do have other brushes I like to stay high and tight up on my lash line, like right up under there. But I tend to just gravitate to, oh, something got in my eye. Shadow got in my eye. Oh, can I see you? Where'd you go? It's rolling around. Oh, goodness. And ironically, this eye feels like it wants to start tearing. And it is starting to tear. It's starting to tear downward. So that'll make the shimmer shadow under there just look shimmerier. Make it look more shiny. That's pretty. It is so weird. Something is in this eye, but this eye is starting to tear. And so you can see it traveling down here, my tear. Let's just pat it. Let's go to the second shade. Clean brush. Outer lash line. I'm thinking, let's take this shade, this bronzy shade right here, since we have the brown over here. We're first going to do just under our lashes, our lash line. And we're going to bring that out here. Not much, just whatever's in the brush. But I think I might go back and put more, I'm not sure. We're going to take this and we're going to bring it down a little bit. Bring it out here again. So we're still just tapping straight in. I do see it over here. I'm going to tap straight in one time. This eye is tearing upward also because I can feel it getting wet in my crease area. We're going to tap in and bring that out here. We're going to lay it sideways. And we're going to start here and bring that down. That's a nice mix. We're going to start here, which I probably shouldn't because it's wet in the middle. Bring that down here. So we're going to do one of these numbers. My wonderful wrinkles are moving. That is great. Sarcasm. Insert. So this is the eye look except for up here. So we're going to take this brush and... Oh. I think we're going to try this one. And so just on the tip of the brush, tap it off. And we're just going to put this right up here. I thought about using that mustard shade. It does show up mustard, but it doesn't show up to my remembrance. That it didn't show up that dark. That's nice. And we're all going to go over that top line of the shadows. This eye is really tearing. So we're going to tap in. Because I don't want a lot of color up here. I just want something where, to me, it doesn't look bare. Which it really isn't, because the Fenty primer says Invisipink. It has a tint to it. And then we have the paint pot on, which is a color. So, what? We're going to go back to that purple. The brush that had the purple. Because every time I put something over here, it looks like there's like a gap like somewhere. We're going to just bring this back up. And that's because whatever brush I'm using covers up some of that. And that shows you how strong these colors are too. When you take a shade as light as this one and put it over a darker shade, it will dull down that shade. So the shadows in here, they be working. They be working. Okay, we're going to leave that. Let's take the brush that had the black. Just a little bit, whatever's in the brush. And we're just going to feather lightly right here. Wow, this is nice. I'm wondering if I want to tap in, but I don't, because it'll give me more color than I want. I just want to blend that a little bit more. Oh, yeah. What color are we going to do for upper lash line? That's where I'm at now. When I do my lower lash line, that's when I start thinking of what we're going to put on upper lash line. But first, we're going to take this brush and we're going to put a strip of light under my brow. I love that look. I don't remember when I started doing that, but when I did it, I was like, ooh, that's nice. I've used this one before for that, and I can tell because of the brush strokes in here, because with this brush, you see how thin it is, right? I just kind of stab it in there, so I could tell that's what I use this for. I could tell that's what I use this for, because you can see the stabbing marks. That is so funny. So yeah, we're going to stab this one again. And we're not tapping off. We're going to put this right here. Y'all see that little strip of light? Not all the way in or all the way out. Just here and here. Oh, man. Let's stab it. Not tap off. Oh, I was saying about the video I was watching about homelessness and more people are sleeping in their cars. And I did say that. Yeah, I was homeless as a teen. I call it couch surfing because it sounds better. For a couple of years. It was horrible. I do believe it's going to get worse. The economy is going to get worse. The divide between middle and upper class is going to get wider. I think we're going to end up moving toward just upper class and low class, because the way the controlling majority, the wealthy, because they're doing things that benefit them, which hurts the rest of us regular folk. And so I do think it's going to get worse before it gets a lot better. And so that is the eye look. So we use 5, 6, 7, 8, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 shades. So we use 9 shades for this look. Yo, this look is nice. I like this one. Upper lash line. Oh, I could pop it with a red, but do we want to pop it today? I don't think we want to pop it. Black is just like, ugh. But, I mean, not really. Excuse me. Not really. We're going to use Inglot. Excuse me. They have numbers, not names. This is 77. It's the black. I seldom use a black eyeliner. Do I need to put Dory line in here with you? I think you need some Dory line. I knew I should have just used the MAC paint pot. Because if I put too much Dory line in it, it makes it too wet, and then it transfers up here because of my hooded upper eyelid area and my puffy transition area. I was watching a video today, and she was talking about something. She curled her lashes, and she had the little tiny curlers where it was only like where it didn't cover all your lashes. It was just like cluster lashes. It was the size of a cluster lash. And so one eye she didn't do, and one eye she did systematically, you know, curled here and then here and then here. And you can clearly see, but then when I was thinking about it, her lashes go straight out. They don't curl, where mine's is kind of curled already. I seldom curl my lashes, but it looks so good on her. But I'm like, my lashes already are curled though. And when I was in the program, they were saying, always curl lashes, always curl lashes. But if your lashes are already curled, like, is that necessary? Makeup is not even necessary. But, I mean, well, for me it is, because that's what I do. But it did look really nice. And she did the underlash, too. And I was just like, oh. And I think they were pre-glued. And I remember saying I would never want to put like lash glue under my lashes. And that was a different video when she did that. And yeah, it's like a little cluster lash, and just doop, just stick it there, doop. And I'm just like, But then I'm like, I don't know if I would do that. Because my eyes are sensitive. And I'm like, would that work? But it's only one way to find out if it would work, because it might be user error if I put it on and some of that glue or whatever seeps into my eyes, you know what I mean? But it looked really good. And I have seen the underlash, but I was just like, nope. And I keep telling myself I'm going to start wearing lashes more often. And then I'll be like, who am I kidding? Because the more I use them, the more I get comfortable with them. It's definitely easier to put on somebody else than on myself, because I can see their lash line, whereas I have trouble seeing my own upper lash line. We're going to... This is dry, that's why I'm not doing a longer wing, because this is... And I don't want to put Dory line in it because we're almost done. When I do my upper lash line is when I start thinking about what lip I'm going to do. And since we're using black, y'all know I'm thinking of a black. Y'all, I got some more of the MAC lip cushions, which it escaped me, even though it says it on the container, that they're lip oils. And so it made sense why I like them. And she was telling me the lip cushions are highly pigmented. And it says that they are, but they're really not. It's a lip oil. Yeah. So it does offer just a little bit of color though. And I had never tried the lip oil until City Beauty had sent me lip oil. And I'm like, ooh, yeah, City Beauty knocked chapstick off its block. It really did. It really, really did. So I do like lip oils. This one is curving upward. This one is going straight. Sometimes it just be what it is. So what are we going to do for... Oh, let's do our Sills Booster from Lancome. And then we're going to do mascara and then do the lip. And then this video will be done. So I do think the economy is going to get way worse before it gets better. And then, you know, they're talking about jobs. But then they keep laying off people. Amazon is supposed to be... By the time you see this, it will have probably already happened. They're going to start laying off some more people. Other large companies are going to be laying off people. And these are companies that just recently got a huge tax break. Because this is April, so it's tax season. So they made, well, not going to say made, they received money back from taxes because of the tax breaks. And then they're going to lay off people. Like, there are really, these larger companies, they're just trying to make more and more money at the expense of us regular people. And the thing about listening to, you know, 45, 47 and... you know, other people who are in that tax bracket, they can't relate to us regular people. And so the things that they say, it's like, no. When he was like, oh, people keep telling me we're winning so much, like, stop what you're doing because we keep winning. Not where I'm at. Not anybody I know. You know what I'm saying? So when he's talking and when you listen to certain people say things, remember where they are. Because they are unrelatable. He ran on affordability and then ended up saying affordability is a hoax that the Democrats made up. Dude, like, what? Like, that was one of your campaign points. And now it's a hoax that they made up. But then, just like he said, United States citizens as taxpayers won't pay tariffs, and we do. So he just says stuff and he just has no clue. No clue at all. And so I do think it's going to get worse for us regular folk before it gets better. And even when it gets better, it's not going to be like it is now or like how it used to be, because when prices go up, they don't really come back down. You know, stores might have, you know, more frequent sales because y'all know we be shopping sales because prices have increased. And so it's going to just be more of that, I think. If you're going to raise prices, you're going to have sales because most people are not going to be able to just keep buying more and more stuff. Not without going into debt anyway. And people say, oh, I'm glad I don't live paycheck to paycheck. Let me tell you something. If you are working, or even if not, I'm a disabled veteran, so I receive, you know, disability pay. If that's all the money that I had, and every month, like when everything was paid, I wouldn't have anything left, I'm living paycheck to paycheck. If you have a job and you're depending on your check every 2 weeks, you're living paycheck to paycheck. If you cannot go without missing a check and still paying all your bills, you're living paycheck to paycheck. Because some people think because they work, they're not living paycheck to paycheck. If you're dependent on that next check, you live in paycheck to paycheck. Think about TSA. That last round of shutdown, a lot of them quit. They had to get a different job because they needed money for mortgage, needed money for their families, for their kids, you know, your bills. So even that, I don't know what they make per year, but then what you make per year is relative and subjective. If it's affordable or not, your cost of living, because who knows what you're spending, you know what I'm saying? Some people could make, you know, $600,000 a year and still be broke, you know what I mean? Which is just like, and some of us would be like, whoa, I wish I was. And some people are getting it and they're still like, oh my gosh, it's a struggle. So it also depends on your lifestyle too, but I do think it's going to get worse before it get better. What am I going to do? Y'all know I want to do a black lip. What if I do a black lip and put one of these new lip oils on top? And also from Blend Bunny, I got some of their lip oils too. I think I wanna, this is one of my newer MAC lip gloss cushions, which says it's a high pigment lip oil, and this one is described as Pulse. The name is Pulse, and it's Pulse. Your Pulse, and it's described as deep brown with red pearl. Or we can put this one on it just to see what it does to the black. We're going to do this one. We're going to do this one. Y'all, I got 4 more. I purchased 2 on it as an impulse buy. I loved them. And I went back a couple days later for 4 more. And y'all know I'm not even like a gloss type girl. But I do like topping them over stuff, or just line my lips and put it on. Y'all, I am changing. This one is carbonated, and it's described as burnt orange pearl. Let me get the glare off. Look at... So we're going to put on MAC's, actually we're going to do the whole thing. We're going to do a lip liner, lipstick, and the lip gloss. Caviar, y'all see me almost hit myself right. This is Caviar MAC's lip pencil. Y'all, all the time when I was like, I couldn't find my, my sharpener, it was in a little bag that I have on my ottoman with just like hodgepodge stuff in there, because I don't like clutter, so I just put stuff in this little bag. This was in there. And I saw it after I bought the large one, but it's okay. It's okay. And the larger one has 5 different sizes. And so I said 1 for me, 1 for the kid. And so that one, that'll just be a backup because I don't use the larger holes. Yeah, I found it afterwards. And I kept saying, I know it's here. I'm like, all of my stuff is right here. So why can I not find it? Because I had put it in that bag. I'm going to redo my inventory for my stuff and the other side. And then my inventory, notate where like backup stuff is. Because I was looking for little jars. Like little sample jars, stuff to put samples in. And I knew I had some extra. I had some in my kit, but I'm like, I know I have extra. Because I took out 20 and put them in a small bag for my kit. And so the rest of them, because I think it was like 50. So I put 20 in the kit. And I'm like, where's the other ones? And I'm like, I'm not even going to go on Amazon and order more because I know I have some somewhere. And then I looked where I thought they might have been. They weren't. And then I said, you know what? Let me look at my backup case. And they were in there. So when I redo inventory, I'm going to notate where stuff is. And just look at that instead of just looking and can't find stuff and then be like, wait a minute, what is that? This is also from MAC. It's their Metro. No, it's not. Metro is a train. It is their Retro Matte Liquid Lip Color. I was just thinking too, this would look nice. This is high drama. Y'all know I love a dark lip. So why am I getting all these almost not their lip color? Make it make sense. This is my favorite liquid lipstick formula. Because it's so smooth, it is not drying at all. It stays. I'll go somewhere. We'll eat. And I don't contort my lips to where I don't trying to get food not to hit it when I'm eating. I mean, I'm a little careful, but I'm not, outrageous with it. And so I'll just eat, and then instead of getting up to go to the bathroom, look in the mirror, or taking out my mirror that's in my bag, because this is easier to ask the person I'm sitting with, how does my lipstick look? And they'll be like, it looks perfect. And I'll be like, damn, that's that mint. So we're gonna put this on this. So this is my first time using this one, and these are the my other newer ones. I haven't even swatched them yet. And I know y'all saying these look the same. This is more purple. Let me get the glare off. Get the glare off. And this is more brown. And they do swatch different. or so I tell myself. So this is carbonated, and again, it is described as burnt orange pearl. Let's see what this right here though. I could just leave this like this, or do the blend bunny just to give it some shine, or tap this purple eyeshadow on top of it. Like, there's so many options to what to do, or just put this on it. Like, there's so many options you can do with lipsticks and gloss type things. So right now, I'm gonna hit this right here. So it's just making it shiny, and that is okay. Wow. So just in the center. That's pretty. So almost any of them would give the same effect, I think. This is so pretty. I'm so cute. So this is our look, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and do pictures because I don't want to forget, because y'all got a lot of stuff to do today. But this is what we have. Let's start pictures. Here we go. What? We're gonna hold up the y'all, I'm tripping. Let me know if y'all had those moments when y'all know y'all look good and y'all just be like, where can we put this that it'll show up? So we're gonna put this in. This is the picture for the gallery. That is that. So y'all, thank you so much for being here. Let me know what you think of this vlog. I'm wondering if I can get a look similar to this from Lila because of those purples that's in there. Maybe, I'm not sure. That would be a battle. Do one eye with that and one eye with Lila. But the cheek situation, the lip, y'all. Go ahead and subscribe if you made it this far, and also if you keep coming back, click join to see the perks. Did I talk about that earlier? Excuse me, if the perks appeal to you, click join again to actually join. $2.99 a month. You can cancel anytime. What else? A lot of links and a lot of information down below. I do have a Notoriously Morbid 15% off code down below. So if you want to get something from them, I'd appreciate you using my code. So we're gonna go, y'all. Thank you. We'll be back. We'll be here. Just click the notification bell too. All right, thanks, y'all. Bye. As always, self-acceptance, self-love. That is the crazy short Asian way. You will most definitely see me soon.